Welcome to the Ask Chris Real Estate Podcast with Chris Phillips from Keller Williams. A successful 20-year veteran in the Middle Tennessee real estate market with over 100 five-star reviews, Chris is known for his knowledge and integrity. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or just curious, his insight will guide you along the way.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ask Chris, where we bring you the real estate insights that help you maximize your home's value and make smarter moves. I'm Chris Phillips with Keller Williams and the Phillips Group, and today we have a very special someone in our podcast room, and it's Pam Woods. And if you've bought or sold homes with me in the last 20 years here in Middle Tennessee, there's a good chance that you met Pam and seen her magic. She is the secret sauce to my success. She has helped me over the years shorten the time span of my houses on the market, and I would not be where I'm at today unless I had Pam. So joining me, stage our space, Pam Woods.
Yes.
All right, Pam.
Thanks.
So we appreciate you coming today.
Thanks for having me here, Chris.
So we're going to talk a little bit about, what we've done over the last 2 decades together, and just kind of give our audience a little bit information about some of the things that you do, and talk about how your houses sell faster because you stage them the right way, and our clients listen to you, and we love that.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's hard to believe we've done this almost 20 years now.
I know.
Can you believe that?
Yes.
And when we started out, flip phones were a thing. It's just completely changed in the past 20 years.
And all the photography. I mean, when you
Yes.
and I started, we had the real estate book.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. People drove around neighborhoods
Yep.
looking for houses,
Yep.
for on the market and stuff like that. And they have so much more information now than they ever did before.
I remember I had advertised in the real estate book and put an ad in there, and I got a call at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, geez.
And the guy was surprised that I picked up because it was 3 a.m. in the morning.
Well, did you get the listing?
No, he was just calling. He worked at Nissan, and he was
Okay.
just checking on the house and wanted to get some details. And he
Okay.
called the 800 number. So now people go online and they look at that.
Now
So,
at 3 a.m., they're
At
looking
3
at
a.m.
Zillow and
Yep.
Realtor.com and all
Exactly.
those things.
and all the social media stuff we're doing now, and obviously the podcasts and that we're doing, and YouTube. We put the houses on YouTube as well when we're advertising as well. So let's talk a little bit about the first thing. Online first impressions matter more than ever now. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that can start at the curb. Trim those bushes. Fresh mulch is really important too. No weeds. Things that shouldn't be in the driveway, because you don't get that second chance to make a first impression, as we always say. Then as you go in, a lot of it, as we were talking about before the podcast, paint color is
Yep.
a big deal. Greens, reds, not so great on the walls. If you want to have some accent colors and some accessories and things like that, that's okay. Neutral walls, though, are really the best, so that potential buyers can picture themselves living there. That's what you're really creating. You're creating an atmosphere where the buyers can picture themselves living there. It's a lifestyle for them.
Well, I've noticed over the years when I'm talking to my clients about you coming out to talk to them about staging the house, I always tell them I'm not even going to try to guess what Pam's going to do. Because every time I say, well, Pam will probably move this, you leave it. And when I say you'll probably, leave it, you take it. So,
Yes. Well,
so it all matters.
and it does, and that's a really good point, because I'm going to use the D word, and this D word is declutter.
Okay.
Declutter can be a little subjective. I am very, 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 as your clients know, very specific on what they need to remove. Kind of a good rule of thumb, 2 things I always tell people is, if it's smaller than a football, remove it, because it's just really something that's not going to photograph well again.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, about 30 to 40% of what you have in the house needs to really be removed. Think about a hotel. When you go to a nice hotel, it's just the pretty things, for lack of a better term. It's comfortable, but clean and minimal.
And
So-
functional.
And very functional.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, empty rooms don't really sell as well.
The one thing I always tell them is clean off the countertops. That's easy
Yes.
for me because that's an
Yes.
easy lift.
Yes, because we get used to living in our homes, and we fill up our homes, and that kitchens for sure, bathrooms for sure, because we all have our lotions and potions. Some
Yep.
of us have more than others. So, but cleaning off countertops is a big deal, because when the photos are taken, we get used to our stuff, but when the photos are taken and you shrink that full-size room down to a photo on a device, the clutter really, really, really shows a lot. So clearing off those surfaces, kitchen tables, dressers, chest of drawers, things like that are good too.
So let's talk a little bit about the other trends that are going on now. I mean, everybody thinks that we've got these picture perfect houses, and then if they're not that way, what happens to them?
Well, they linger on the market. They get price reductions, which is not great.
Right.
They make everyone's life miserable. I kind of say just rip off the Band-Aid. Do these things, get it done, get it sold, make us, what the market brings for price, and then move on to the next phase of your life. Living in it is not fun. You don't want to prolong that agony.
Right.
You just want to do it and get it done.
Well, and that's what we try to do with them when we tell them, hey, this is going to be short-term
Yes.
pain for long-term gain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to live this way forever. This is just a means to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there was a time where it didn't matter how we staged it, and that was 2020 or 2021, and those days are gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now we're in the era that if you don't repair it
Yes.
and you don't fix it prior to, that could also hurt us as well.
I agree. You need to take care of those squeaky doors. You need to take care of any deferred maintenance. Pressure wash outside too is a really important thing. It's setting the stage to get your house sold for as much money as you can.
Which also means it needs to be clean.
Needs to be clean. I tell people start from ceiling fans down to floors. Ceiling fans are just one of those things that just just capture dust, and you don't even realize it's there. And again, you just want to create that lifestyle for people and that nice, warm, cozy, clean space.
So my wife's going to do another podcast with me later.
Okay, I'm going to stick around for that.
There has been a debate.
Okay.
And our door was a builder grade
front door. Okay.
Builder grade front door.
Okay.
Kelly's been at me for years to change it.
She has a beautiful wreath on the front of it too.
Exactly.
I've seen that.
So now we've changed the front door. How much of an impression does that make? How important is that first impression when they're walking up the steps?
It's huge, because what happens is after you get out of your car, you walk up to the front door, the buyer's agent is messing with the lockbox, and the potential buyers are standing there for a minute or two, and they're just looking around.
Right.
They're taking that mental inventory of, again, chipped paint, front doors, color, condition. All of those things are so important. It is really law of attraction. And then you're also not just the law of attraction, it's financial too. So it's combining those two things together. And that's a hard thing to get past.
Right. So then we walk through the front door, and and let's back up. As I am putting the key in that front door, I can't tell you how many times I can't get the key to work. The door's not opening properly, and it leaves a bad impression before I even get in the door because the lock's not working right.
Right.
I'm sorry, and I'm having to pull up or push down or hold to make that lock work. And then I finally get it, and we get in the door, and then I'm hit with a smell.
Oh, yeah, the S word.
Yeah. What do we do about those?
Well, a lot of it is cooking odors. Need to refrain from cooking spicy foods inside for a while. Smoking is really just a no-no, and I have to have that hard discussion with people. Not even smoking on the front porch or the back porch. Nowhere near the windows or doors. Nowhere near those. Pet odors also. A lot of that comes with cleaning. A lot of times if it's smoking, painting is really the only thing
only
that you
way you can get
do.
it out.
It really is. And sometimes you have to prime and paint.
Yeah.
So you don't want those odors in there at all.
And then the other thing, we're walking through the house, we smell, the animal or the smoke smell, and then we just start seeing deferred maintenance or things that have not been cleaned properly
Right.
or put away.
Right. So sellers really need to change their focus. Think if they were looking at that house to buy it. Back to the hotel room.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to stay in a hotel
Nope.
room that was dirty.
Nope.
So you're asking someone to spend a lot more money than a hotel room for a house. So just think about it that way.
Okay, so we neutralize the smell, neutralize the colors. We've improved the curb appeal. We talked about, repairs matter, minor repairs matter. And that brings us to generations, because mine and your generation and our parents' generations, sweat equity was like, oh, I love this. I want to do this, and I can get value here and buy this house for less and bring it up faster. And now the millennials and the Gen Zers are like, nope. We're not doing any repairs.
No, there's so much information that they can have. They do so much research. They look at so many houses. There's houses not just online, on TV, everywhere. They're just inundated with all of those perfect houses. They're not going to really look past something that they're needing to fix.
Yeah.
They're going to expect it to already be done when it goes on the market.
And that's another thing that's changed. I mean, used to we had to rely on the property condition disclosure. How old is the AC? How old is the roof? How old are the windows? They already know that before we get there.
Oh gosh, yeah, before they even decide to drive by or
and they've seen the 4 pictures that Google has of it over the years if it's an older home. And they've seen the changes and like, hey, this door didn't used to be there, or this deck wasn't there before and now it is. So they start wondering about those things. So back to staging strategies. I mean, is there anything else you can tell us on that?
Light fixtures.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Light fixtures are a big one. Light fixtures and light bulbs. Oh, don't get me started talking about light bulbs. We'll be here all day. You really want to update those light fixtures. I can walk in a house, and if the light fixtures are not updated, I can tell you immediately when it was built. It just dates it right off the bat.
So what can we do for that on a budget?
So believe it or not, brass and gold is back, people. I know, but I will say it is not the brass from the 80s and the 90s. It is a completely different look and a completely different design.
Yes.
So you definitely want to change those out. Budget-wise, there's a lot of options online that you can go and look for. Some of the big box stores have great options for that. Think about those rooms that have big impact, big first impression, like dining room. You want to update that light fixture. Over a kitchen table. Those that are a little bit more on eye level, those are the ones that you really want to focus on changing out. And then if they don't come with their own light bulbs, sometimes they do, you want the warm, soft glow. Stay away from the bright LED clinical
So
look.
is there certain looms on that? I mean,
yeah.
I've been told like 3,000.
3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, is it good if you're that kind of a techie when it comes to lumens and things like that. Yeah.
So 3,000, or if you go any higher than that,
it's going to be a little too much.
A little too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
now another thing that I've seen you do over the years is placemats.
Oh.
At the bar, at the table.
Yeah.
Tell us why you do that.
So that's a little bit more of the staging part of it, the stuff, the pretty part, the jewelry on the outfit, I like to call it. Well, when you're creating that look and that lifestyle that someone's wanting to have, having people over is always a big part of that, entertaining. So if you set the kitchen or dining table or the island, it just gives people that idea of, hey, this, would be fun to have a party, have people over. It gets them thinking about fun. So that's why I do that.
Any music we should have on?
Soft music, nothing crazy, nothing, rap or offensive or anything like that. Just soft music. It's really about hitting all those senses. Smell is the big one that we talked about before.
What do we do with the walls?
Oh, as far as what?
Like artwork. Like, do I leave my pictures on the wall?
It's so hard telling people to take down their beautiful pictures of their babies and their kids and things like that. But when that happens, it really makes potential buyers feel like they are intruding on your family if they still see pictures of your family members and personal pictures in general. So those should all come down, and it should be normally replace with something else that's a little bit more neutral. Mirrors and clocks, though, are great for walls. Mirrors reflect light, and clocks are, big clocks, they fill up a lot of space, but they're not a style, a theme, or anything. They're not personal.
Okay.
So, yeah, those are two
take
good
those
things.
down too, and all that. So, any other staging things you can think of that we've missed out on, or?
Oh my goodness!
I mean, what about the backyard? What are we doing? What are we doing there as far as outdoor space? Do we stage that too?
You really should. You really should. Even if there's a table out on the back patio, I tell people to go ahead and set that too. Especially now that the weather's changing and everybody's dying to get outside. Keep those yards mowed. Again, any flower beds, the weeds need to be pulled. People sometimes have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with outdoors. It needs to be neat and tidy and not look overwhelming to potential buyers.
So I have had my clients go the opposite way, and I just had this happen with the last one you just did. I go in there, and all in the closet, it's like blue clothes, white clothes, red clothes. I mean, like this is, and they're all spaced out perfectly.
Yeah, that makes my OCD heart happy. It does, yeah.
And I'm just thinking, okay, we went overboard, but it looks perfect.
No, that's not overboard, Chris. That's perfect. No, that organization is really important too because the closets aren't crowded then. And so there is ample storage space.
Do you do anything with the pantries, facing the labels out?
Yes, it's like a store. It should look like a store. The floor should be cleared off. That way they can see the depth of it. That's an interesting thing too that I tell people all the times with the staircases, the area underneath the staircase sometimes is a pantry, sometimes is a coat closet. But here in Tennessee, it's nice to have a safe place to go in case the weather does get bad.
That's correct. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So a lot of times I have them clear some of that area out so that potential buyers can see where they could go for a storm.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then another thing that's I've always been fascinated with you about is rugs.
Oh, yes.
So what's your take on rugs?
So if there's carpet, there should not be an area rug on top of it.
Okay.
It's two things. It shrinks the room down because you change that sight line. And also potential buyers think that you're hiding something. If it's hardwood floors or wood floors, hard surface floors, area rugs are good in certain areas to anchor those areas because a lot of times we have an open floor plan. And with an open floor plan, if you don't have an area rug to anchor the seating area, the sofa and chairs and that sort of thing, it feels just like walkways. It's not warm and cozy. So large area rugs in those main areas. But in kitchens and bathrooms, I tell people to take out the rugs.
Yeah, take them out. I've noticed that.
Nothing on the floor in kitchens and bathrooms. It'll make it feel larger and be cleaner.
Okay. Yep. And then new towels in the bathroom?
White fluffy towels.
White fluffy towels.
White fluffy towels in bathrooms. Again, like a hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's Pam's little secrets there on what she's done for me over the years. I'm going to tell you this. When I first met Pam, my average days on the market were 60 days, and that was in 2006, 7, and 8, right before the downturn of the market.
Right.
And during the downturn of the market, my average days on the market went down to 33 days.
That's awesome.
And it's all because of this lady right here.
Thank you.
I would not be where I'm at today if it hadn't been for Pam Woods.
Well, thank you so much.
We're just so happy to have you here, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
For answers to all your real estate questions, ask Chris at the Phillips Group, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.